Hey everybody, I'm back. And today I decided to just talk about my first pregnancy. I was going to talk about one of my C-sections, but I think it's best to just talk about my first pregnancy, where it all started, so you guys understand how the development of my growth and my mind has gone with every pregnancy. So, the first pregnancy, um, for anyone, you don't really know what to expect. You get in pregnancy and you go, okay, I'm gonna be pregnant. I'm gonna have this baby in 9 months, and it's not 9 months. It's 10 months because you have to legit wait 40 weeks. But the good thing about that is, baby comes when they're ready. Now, mommy could be ready before. Mommy's always gonna be ready before. I've definitely been ready every time. So let's talk about a little bit about um, the first one. So my pregnancy was smooth. It's my first one. I was 22. So I was good. I went through the aches and pains. I went through the restless sleep. Um, those are things, more so I had I had to deal with emotional distress. Me and my husband were living with family, so we didn't always have our own space. Um, and I would recommend, if you can at all, make sure you have your own space during pregnancy because you become a totally different person. Being pregnant changes you, um, and that's really where you need your spouse to be your support system, because other people won't necessarily be sympathetic or understanding to certain things. But that's why it's great to have a partner. My husband is the greatest partner for me. I literally would not have 9 children without him. And people tell me all the time that I'm so lucky to have him. I used to get annoyed because I'm such a good person myself, but I really am. I am really lucky to have my husband. I would not be able to have all these children because he is a great husband and a great father. He pulls his weight. He is not a babysitter. Um, we do this together. We are a team. Um, so let's talk about let's talk about um, me trying to. Ooh, I'm so sorry. My head is itching. Let's talk about me trying to induce my own labor. Okay, so I don't know if anybody is from LA, but there's this hole in the wall place somewhere. I cannot remember what it's called, but we looked it up. There's this place that has a salad that says it will start your labor. Oh, I went and ate it, baby. Oh, I went and ate it because I was tired. I was 40 weeks and I was ready. And I really saw something the other day that made so much sense to me. Um, this woman was saying that we need to stop telling people our due date. We need to tell them the due month. That way, people will stop harassing you every 5 seconds when it's around the due date. Because when you're around the due date, everybody's just like, okay, okay, are you ready? Are you ready? And I'm like, yes, I'm so glad you're all excited, but I'm the one who's having to get ready to go through this. I'm the one who's dealing with everything in the moment. And by 40 weeks, your body's tired. So your mental is tired too because you're like, it's 40 weeks. This is supposed to be over. And it's not. Not necessarily for some people. Some people go in delivery early, some people go right on time. And some people have to be induced or have C-sections because the baby has stayed too long. Now, I can't speak for home deliveries or people who have waited to deliver longer with their midwives. That I have not experienced. I do know people who have experienced that. Um, and, everybody's journey is personal and different. But about 39 weeks came around for me, and oh no, it was 40 weeks. I went in for my 40 checkup. I think I was like 2 centimeters dilated. I think I was somewhat dilated already. Um, but nothing was happening. I'm walking at the park. I'm walking in Target. I didn't eat this salad. Yes, we're having sex to try to induce this labor. No matter how tired I was at that point, I was trying to do anything and everything. I was even debating castor oil. I think I saw it back in the day. Um, we will talk about that because I did try it, but I didn't try it with this pregnancy. Okay, so we go in for my 40-week checkup. Everything's fine. She's doing perfectly fine, perfectly healthy, doesn't want to move. So, with Kaiser, we can schedule a C-section at 41 weeks. Oh, well, excuse me. I did not have a C-section. I scheduled my induction date at 41 weeks. So, well, no. Yes, we were supposed to schedule it for me to get induced at 41 weeks. It is February. My birthday is February 14th. They were trying to schedule my day on February 13th. I looked at the nurse and I said, please, can I go in a day early? Because I don't want to share a birthday. I was dead serious because, mind you, my birthday is on Valentine's Day. I just said my birthday is on February 14th. So can you just imagine? I shared that birthday with my parents and their Valentine's Day my entire life. So always felt like it wasn't about me. It was never my day. One year my parents came home with cars. They both came home with new cars. And me being a kid, I didn't understand that they didn't put anything down. They put zero down for those cars. And mind you, it's around tax time. So even if they did, they had tax money. So as a kid, I was naive and I didn't understand that. And that hurt. But as I got older, I was like, that was a blessing that they got to put zero down, came home with new cars. And I wish they would explain to me what happened and not left me in the dark. So I was sitting there mad. I was in junior high at the time. So I'm not thinking about anything. Okay. So she agrees. She agreed, you guys, to move my induction. Excuse me, I am sorry for saying C-section. I did not have a C-section. I've had some, but not this time. Baby brain. I'm working on my mind every day, though. So, she agreed to do it on the 12th. That way, I would have a better chance of not sharing my birthday. So, of course, we get up. We go to the hospital. We're scheduled really early because with induction, they need to start you early. And we didn't go straight for Pitocin. I had this IV cocktail. Oh, I'm sorry. I am jumping ahead. Okay, so we start the Pitocin. And with Kaiser, you don't see the same doctor every time, and you are delivered by who is there, who is on call. So I'm with this unfamiliar doctor, right? No. Forgive me. That is another story, and I'm mixing it up. This is why me and my husband said we need to do some talking points and note the major things that happen so I don't get mixed up. But yeah, so we're with the doctor. We start my Pitocin. I am trying to go without any pain medicine for as long as possible. I really was striving for that because I'm like, it's my first child. But unfortunately, when you have Pitocin in your system, you don't get that opportunity to feel the pain naturally. You have this heightened pain that's causing contractions regularly. They're more intense. And I said, okay, what can I have? Because I didn't want to go straight for the epidural. Like, no one wants to go straight for a needle in your back. Like, no. Yeah, no one wants a needle in their back off the bat. You're like, I'm trying to avoid that at all costs. So, of course, I went in there trying to have a natural labor. But because of the Pitocin, that was not possible. So, I took an alternative, which was, they called it a cocktail. And they put it in your IV. And you're supposed to, it's supposed to relax you, right? Not this girl. I literally was falling asleep like this. Baby, are you okay? Baby, are you sleeping? Baby, you good? You good? You sleeping over there? Y'all good? Everybody good? Mind you, my husband is in the room, my sister Lottie is in the room, and my mother is in the room. And everyone is looking at me like, relax, Val. We good. You just sleep. Relax. But I couldn't help myself. I am a very nurturing person by nature. So I just was more concerned about everybody else in the room, or, well, my husband. Because I'm like, get some rest. Please get some rest. Because I know when I was done doing this, I was going to be done. And I need you to care for this baby. I need to make sure you're good. I need to make sure the baby is good. But at that moment, I needed to take care of me. This was literally a time where I could have been selfish. And I was concerned about other people. So, of course, no food. Because not only was I induced, now I have medicine in my system. So the hospital sets you up literally to have a C-section. I have discovered that. They have set you up to fail. So you really have to stick to your birth plan. So I eventually get the epidural because that medicine stopped working and it was making me loopy, and I didn't want any more of it because I didn't want to stay up and down the entire labor. I wanted to be focused and be able to push. So I was ready. So I don't even remember what it was like getting that epidural, because I've gotten them so many times. I have literally got an epidural, and then of course the medicine for the C-section. So I've had 8 needles in my back. 8 needles in my back. And if you know anything about pregnancy, you get blood work. At least, I can't even tell you, but you give blood work a lot. And I've done that 8 times. Whew, so that's a lot. Okay, so everything's going fine. We're in about hour 23. Yes, I was in labor for 23 hours at this point. And this is when the hospital, well, the doctors come in and go, well, we're going to give I had a midwife overseeing my delivery. And I was excited because not only was it a black woman, it was a midwife. It wasn't a doctor. It was someone who's going to care for me and nurture for me and make sure that me and my baby are okay. Like, having a good support staff, a good delivery team, like, it makes a difference. It really makes a difference. And I have been one of the fortunate ones to, whether I have a black doctor or black nurses, like, I have someone of my culture to care for me. And I've been really lucky and blessed in that way. And even when I haven't necessarily had black people around me, God has protected me and my children, because I know a lot of black women have a lot of black women end up dying or with really bad conditions during delivery. So your support matters. I'm sorry, that makes me so emotional, because I know there was this black woman who was in the news that literally died after she gave birth to her baby recently, and we don't see it enough. We don't talk about it enough, so people are ignorant to it, and it's like it's not a problem, but it is. Being a black pregnant woman in this world is very scary and dangerous if you don't know how to advocate for yourself and have people around you that advocate. Okay, so the midwife was telling me I got 1 more hour. She was gonna give me 1 more hour to get fully dilated, or they was gonna schedule my C-section. They was gonna take me down for a C-section. And at this point, I'm just nervous. I'm scared. And I'm like, what can I really do? Like, there was nothing I could really do because I had this epidural in me. I couldn't get out the bed anymore. So I literally just had to wait. And I think that was like the most nerve-wracking hour. Because I'm just sitting here like, God, please. Please, 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 God. I'm pretty sure my mama prayed. I'm pretty sure I sit there and talked to God. I'm pretty sure we all just relaxed and breathed. And honestly, I might have even went back to sleep. Because I was really trying to just relax in the moment and not work myself up, because that can be a very scary situation. Because it's like, why am I having this C-section for nothing? And that's because I got induced for nothing. I could have waited. I could have waited and let my body go into labor naturally. Okay, right? So the hour goes by. She comes back, and we know I didn't have a C-section because this is not a C-section story. But thank God, I was fully dilated. I was so happy. I was so happy. Can you imagine being happy about that? Like, I am fully dilated, bro. Let's get this baby out. When I tell y'all, I have always been a pro at giving birth. I have always been a pro at giving birth. I pushed her out in like 15 or 20 minutes. But she had her umbilical cord wrapped around her throat. So this was the first scary experience for us as new parents. Yes, so her umbilical cord was wrapped around her throat. So I had to stop pushing. And they did their very best not to even alert me while I was pushing. I had no idea until after she was out that her umbilical cord was around her throat. And I really appreciate that because I had to do my part. I had to push, and I feel like had I known that, I might have panicked. Like, wait, what do I do now? And I couldn't do anything different. The midwife had to remove her umbilical cord from around her throat and kept me calm as possible. And I know my husband and my mother and my sister probably were freaked out a little bit because they're seeing it all. I don't have that perspective. I have this perspective of a pushing mother who is just trying to push her baby out. And I did it so well that it didn't take long at all. And I'm so grateful because I know some women push for hours, but my body was actually ready